Hello guys and welcome to another Madly video. Today it's time for some ACC. Now I've been playing this game an awful lot in the last few weeks and got my safety rating above 85, above 80 as is required for low fuel motorsports. Got my license with low fuel motorsports and we're here. I've done quite a few races with them, but this is the first race on the channel. And here at the Nürburgring, 20 minutes. Also be going through qualifying as well. What low fuel motorsports is, it's kind of almost a bit like iRacing, but for ACC, as in they have races that run hourly as part of series, and at the end of them you get marked on safety and where you finished, and you have a driver rating and a safety rating. Kind of like iRacing, works in a very similar way, not connected to iRacing at all obviously. And the car number is your rating in terms of the whole field. So in this field, I believe we've got 18 people, and although there's only 17 here at the moment, we should have 18 people. I'm car number 6, so we'll wait and see how that goes. Now, in terms of setups, I'm just using the default aggressive setup, which actually tends to be pretty good. I've had some success with it. Sometimes it doesn't feel quite as good. It depends on the track. Sometimes the standard setup it feels a bit nicer, but it's basically always slower. The aggressive setup is pretty much always faster, and at some tracks it even feels nicer. It depends.
Green line, give it all you got.
And in this series you're not allowed to go out in practice, which is why we're waiting until qualifying. And we're going to go out now. And get qualifying set up and started. So, the plan is to do as many laps as possible in the 12 minutes. I'm fueled for the entire 12 minutes. 20 litres of fuel is more than enough. So we'll just get set here. There's the display there on the left. And we'll try and get in some good space to start the lap. Oh! The Nissan ahead lost it there, so that is afforded us a bit more space. And we're almost finished our out lap. We've got a nice gap ahead and a nice gap behind, so make sure not to run wide here. I do struggle with that here. Now this is top split, so I probably won't be right up towards the front. I am still getting the hang of ACC. It does actually feel quite different to iRacing. Oh, a bit wide there, but no matter. On the opening lap, I've got to be careful of people spinning there. People spin there a lot. I had to avoid a number of people in the race I did here yesterday. In a race yesterday, I went from 20th up to 11th, and almost every position was as a result of people crashing. Oh, that's too fast. Too fast. Oh, no. Okay. Right, so sadly, losing it there. That would have been, I think, quite a good lap. But sadly, not the case. We're not going to get a good lap in straight away. Now, obviously, in terms of safety rating as well, I don't actually know if it counts during qualifying or what. Apparently, you get 1 incident point every time you get registered off track, but what's weird is sometimes I've been off track there was one race I went off track a few times and got 0 incident points, and I thought, oh, it doesn't matter then. And then in the race here yesterday I got 12 incident points, and I think only 4 of them came from contact, so... It's like iRacing. Oh my word, I'm just trying too hard now. It's like iRacing when you get 4 for car contact and 1 for going wide. But obviously how ACC reports that, it's not built in to tell you how it picks up if you've left the track or not, so there's no real way of knowing until the end exactly how many incident points you had. But I still gained some safety rating with 12 incident points yesterday, so as long as you're not like driving really horrendously, you should still gain safety rating or at least break even. Just watch me now, I'll lose safety rating in this race. Right, it's a better first corner anyway than that last lap, so I don't like this corner. It's not a great corner. It's kind of like you can't run wide there either, otherwise that straight away invalidates your lap as well. Oh, I thought that would invalidate the lap then, but we're safe. We're okay. This lap doesn't need to be the quickest, I just want to get a lap in. And then we can get a faster one in after. Just focus on not going wide, because if we invalidate all our laps, then obviously start from the back basically. Which is not wanted. Now in terms of weather, I do absolutely love the wet weather in this game, however, I'm not going to have any today. This is the rookie series, so it'll stay dry and predictable weather. So there we go, we're so far on course, just need to not mess up this last chicane. It's very fast, quite tricky to get right. Down to 3rd gear, and then on the exit try not to run wide. So I did that well that time. And this has been a pretty decent lap. Somewhere in the 1 minute 56s, 57s we're looking at. There you go, 57.2. Puts us right in the middle, that does, although really do need to do a little bit better. Oh, locked up there a little bit. That wasn't so good. Although much better through that section this time. Yeah, they've gained 4 tenths there, so obviously that section of the lap was dodgy last time. Half second up now. So far this is looking like a pretty decent lap. Almost ran wide there, but kept it. Oh, we're up a whole second already. I don't know how I've done that, but this has been a good lap so far. Just got to finish it now. Oh, that was close. Almost. It is easy sometimes to go a little bit too far on the inside and hit a bump, and it will almost spin you. Right, a second up there on our first lap. P7. Yeah, not locking up this time. You can see we gained 0.3 of a second there. So that lockup did cost us quite a bit. on that lap. Oh, we've run wide. There you go, ran wide, look. So, pushing just a little bit too hard to try and get a good lap, and that's what happens. Now, in terms of fuel, we do have enough for one more lap, so we will just go around slowly and then we'll put one last lap in, I think. That's the point, that's the aim. I hope you guys are enjoying the video, by the way. Be sure to like and subscribe if you do. And let me know in the comments, do you like me including qualifying, or would you rather I just skipped it? Because I know a lot of YouTubers do just skip qualifying. I think maybe to get a good insight into a proper quick lap, I mean, not that quick I suppose, but just a lap of racing, where you're just racing the track and not other cars. And this is a really nice track. The more and more I play ACC, I realise it's a really good game. And the graphics are amazing as well. And of course the rain. One thing that iRacing needs is rain. It really needs it. Like, especially in the competition servers in ACC, there's a lot of variability with the weather. And it always chucks up something a little bit interesting. Right, this will be our last lap now. Haven't got any more fuel for number one, even if we did have time. I think we just have time, possibly, but or maybe not even. But we're going to do this one. This will be our last one, and then we'll sit in the garage and wait for the session to end after it. And hopefully it's a decent one. See, they're taking it easy, gaining some time. That lockup did cost us quite a bit of time, actually. Again, just losing it a little bit. I'm not very good at that corner. Thought we ran a bit wide there, but we're okay. We're actually exactly matching after that first sector the previous best lap that we did. Take a bit of a different line from here, maybe. No, I think that was slower. Well, we got a good exit though, so actually about equal with the first one, the best one for me. Into the hairpin. Again, lost a little bit of time now actually. Try and go much flatter through here, see if we can gain anything. There we go. I went up on the curve, just try to get those extra last bit of time for the last lap. We've got our safe lap in, so if we go over the track limits, it's no big issue. It just means the lap won't count. We've got a good exit out. Oh, just go on the gravel, and that's spoiled the exit. It was a good exit, and then lost it. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like this lap is going to be any better. So I think we'll have to just stick with that first one. Oh, there we go. Whoa. That was strange. My game just froze. Okay. I was in the process of trying to save it, and then my game just froze. Okay, we'll pit then. That was really odd. That was well weird. My game just like completely froze there. I've noticed that ACC has a bit of a tendency to do that. When something a bit crazy happens, like you start spinning, the game will just freeze. And it obviously makes catching the spin basically impossible. You can see there, look, we were actually half a second off the next best car, so I wasn't expecting anything brilliant. Now, I didn't have the pace properly in the last race yesterday. The reason I finished 11th in the end was because so many people crashed over the race. So, I mean, we're actually not as far off as it looks, because car 2 is actually ahead of everyone by 1.6 seconds. Now, one thing as well, I think McLaren is actually quite weak here, because I've noticed at Paul Ricard, which was last week, I was towards the front, and all the cars towards the front were always McLarens, and here, the cars towards the back, I'm actually the first McLaren, and you can see up the front, by the looks of it, it was Porsches actually in the one yesterday, But today it's a lot of Audis. You can see there, car 1 did improve a little bit. I don't think no one's going to be able to take our P9. There's 2 cars that are just in the process of finishing their laps now. So car 10 will go across the line, and they jump to 5th. 8th goes across the line, and they stay at 8th. So I will pause the recording and resume it when it's time to start. Right, here we are then, getting ready to start. In 20 seconds we can jump into the car. Just thought I'd pause the recording because there is literally just 2 minutes previously of just sitting around waiting. P9, starting the race with 40 litres of fuel. That should be enough to make the end. It's basically double what we use in qualifying. And in qualifying it's enough to pretty much go the full 12 minutes. So 40 litres should be enough. Double the amount for double minus a couple of minutes. And we're going to start the race now, starting P9 out of 18, so bang in the middle. And obviously the aim really is just to avoid turn 1 carnage because of that hairpin in turn 1. There is going to be interesting things. As I said, starting first out of all the McLarens, which is usually quite a good sign.
Stay double file.
I'm not sure how much difference the type of car makes. I know some cars in ACC do have various track strengths. I just really like the McLaren. I do quite like the Honda as well, but the Hondas are often a little bit too slidey and a little bit too risky. But a McLaren is probably the safest car to drive, along with it's a good combination of safe and fast. And I tried the Bentley. I hate the Bentley. Maybe it was the setup, but it kept trying to spin on corner entry constantly, and it was meant to be the safe setup. Right, green light. Oh, a little bit of a slow start there actually, or at least the McLaren behind me got a bit of a better jump, I think. Right, racing down to turn 1 then. Brake a little bit early just to make sure I don't get caught up in anything. Now this is where some people will spin, or at least they did in the last race. Everyone seems to have kept it clean this time.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Right, still side by side. Oh, never mind. So there we go. We're going single file now. So far then, pretty good start. There's no way of knowing exactly where we are yet. ACC works it out after the first sector has passed. So we started P9, we're actually down to P10, so we've lost 1 spot. That's not too bad. And you can see there's a bit of a gap forming behind the McLaren that's behind us, car 16 and back. Oh, someone's in the gravel up ahead and spinning, so that's a free position. And this Porsche there, making a bit of a mistake. Thank you very much, I'll have that. So up to P8 then. 2 positions gained all of a sudden. Yeah, that Porsche just had a rubbish exit from that chicane there, and I took that. And I'll leave them to battle behind now, and hopefully that'll allow us to get away. And in a 20-minute race, it can make a big difference. Oh, went a bit wide there. We're okay though, no warning. We didn't get any time, so we're alright. And this McLaren is really sticking quite close to us, so I've got to watch that. sometimes it is worth actually letting them by and then using them as like a tow. Especially if a big gap forms behind them. Don't want to lose time battling, I'd rather just sit back in P9 and have a nice gap behind. Although saying that, it seems as if the number 3 car has had issues there, because they lost about half a second to us coming out of that section of corners. I was a little bit slow there, but in the end, doesn't matter. Oh, there you go, another free position because somebody's span. Thank you very much. I will take that. And yeah, we gained 6/10 on the car behind that lap, so if we can keep that up. That shouldn't be... Oh, no, I didn't think that was over track limits. Okay. I guess it was. It's usually nice to get a quicker lap in, just because we get a delta then, versus our previous best lap. But at the moment we don't have a best lap to show. Right, that Porsche behind us, the gap is staying pretty still, and that number 3 McLaren, I don't know whether they've got, maybe they've run wrong tyre pressures or something, but they were looking fast initially, and then they've really started falling back. And yeah, so far, so we've gone from P9 to P7, and it's looking like the cars ahead of me are quicker than me, and the cars behind me are slower than me, so this could be a little bit boring, although I'm not going to say that just yet, because you never know until, you know, that Porsche could suddenly come alive if my tyres go off or whatever. It can be like that in ACC. The tyres are very dynamic. 1 minute they could be working, the next minute they could be terrible, and then they can go back to working again. And it depends on how you set your pressures and whatever. Oh, that'll be a warning. Oh, okay, not a warning. I'm surprised. Just went wide. So every lap so far we've gone wide. So that's not good for interview points, and it's not good for getting a lap actually like counting. Doesn't matter other than that though. As long as it's not a warning, we get a drive-through if there's 3 warnings. On the 4th warning we get a drive-through, so it's good to avoid that if possible. Yeah, this Porsche's gaining some pace now, actually. They've closed up quite a bit on this lap. So it looks like we will have a battle after all. Oh, that's another free position. Getting a lot of these today. Yeah, my lap that time was not as good, and the car behind had a brilliant lap. They did a 56.1. Whoa! Was that someone's internet? I just saw a car flying towards me. I think that was an internet thing, because nobody actually went flying past. So unfortunately we've had a good start to this race, and then it seems like everyone else around us has found their pace. And is looking to get by. Wasn't brilliant through there. The 9 car, the BMW is not actually closing on us too much, but yeah, the number 11 Porsche is really gaining time. I mean, we only got past the Porsche because they made a mistake, so that does make sense that they'd be quicker than us. And then something must have happened behind, because there's suddenly a big gap between P7 and P8. They were a bit of a train beforehand. You can see there, even though I did a 56.5, so a considerably better lap, the Porsche behind did a 56.0, which I cannot do. Oh my word, that was a lot of understeer there. I haven't done one lap yet, apart from the first lap that's been valid. Right, I'm going to let this Porsche go, I think, because I've... Or maybe not, I don't know. The problem is now we're battling so much that BMW just caught up in the space of like one corner. What's the hope is though, if those two can battle and I can get away, that makes things a lot easier. The thing is, I might try too hard now, that's the problem. But yeah, if those two can fight, I'm going to lose position. I'd rather only move to the Porsche behind and not BMW as well. It's been quite a good middle section of the lap this time, after quite a slow start to the lap. I think the Porsche is better in the first section though. I'm better off in this later section, although saying that, go super well. Okay, that's it. BMW wanted to have a go there, but no. I'm probably going to have loads of incident points by the end of this, just from running wide. It'll be interesting because I haven't hit someone so far. It's interesting to see, yeah, because yeah, that lap was terrible, about 2.5 seconds off the pace. All the battling. Can't do that over and over again. See that first corner there, that Porsche, maybe it's the rear engine or something, but it's considerably better through there. For once I did that section correctly though. Wait, we're P6? Oh. I thought we were still about P7. But that was before, I thought we'd be P7 now, so I'm kind of surprised. Track limits good. I've literally had not one lap that's been valid apart from the first one. Try and keep this BMW behind. Again, they're only behind because they were one of the ones in the span, so they are quicker than me. Oh, what happened to that Porsche distracted me then? I think it's my internet maybe, or their internet, but they teleported into the grass and then the game suddenly realised that they weren't in the grass. Yeah, that middle section of the lap I think is where the McLaren's fastest. And the other two sections I'm a little bit slower. Whether it's the car or me, I don't know. Yeah, didn't brake too late this time, so no mistake. Which is good. Can't make a mistake there, or I could easily get past. Which is exactly how I got past the Porsche earlier. Right, car 10, they weren't there earlier, and they suddenly... So they've obviously maybe recovering from a spin, or they started last or something. Because they've obviously got some serious pace. I think I just saw that they said 55. 1:55, that's like the pace that the leaders will be doing, so... Unless I had a setup, I don't think I'd be able to do that. Although even with a setup, it will be struggle. A mid-56 is kind of the best I've managed so far. So far, this section of the lap's been good. That number 10 Audi, though, is really closing up. They can fight with the BMW behind them, then I can get away. But as soon as that Audi passes, they're basically going to be straight up to me if they're setting 1:55s. There's only 5 minutes left now, so I will try and defend in a position, but I have the potential of losing. You can see there that in the middle section of the lap I'm pulling away from that BMW. See there, look, I gained so much time because the Audis got by. See what I mean? They're going to be passed quickly. Within a lap they got past that BMW, so... It's going to be difficult to hold them off, I think. The only hope is maybe if I let them by and then try and stick with them and get past the Porsche, but that Porsche is quicker than me. Yeah, this has been a good lap, and it was valid, I believe. See there, 56.4, so pretty decent lap. Even despite getting past the BMW, that 10 car was actually still a 10th up at me that lap. That's crazy. They must have started last or had a spin or something to be that fast, but only P7. I feel like the car wants to go wide there every time. It's not good. Right, we're up a 10th. That is good. On our best lap. That's what I need to be doing at this stage of the race. I need to be doing the best laps possible, even if the tyres will be not 100% best, but they will still be pretty good. We're on lightest fuel as well, so... We've still got 14 litres left, so I did overfuel slightly, but I'd rather not run out of fuel. So far, this has been a really good lap actually. We're on 56.1, although sometimes those predictions are slightly wrong, but we have actually pulled away from that Audi. It was a second gap at the start of the lap, and it's 1.4 now. That's impressive. It's not mess it up now. Just get to the end. 2 more laps, I believe, as we go across the line. 2 more laps. Ooh. A little bit loose there. That last section of the lap wasn't very good. It was on to be a personal best that one, and then threw that away. through there that time, but that Audi must have had a bad lap last time because they've resumed catching me at quite a fast pace. Keep an eye on it though, because it could be again that they are very good through the first and third sectors of the lap, but I'm just really good in the second sector. But somehow I gained 3 tenths through that corner on my best lap. I don't know how I did that. Not sure where that 3 tenths came from. Like, the Audi is there. The thing is, if they pass me, I don't want to go too slowly about it, because there is a BMW just a second behind me.
Okay, your leader's on the final lap now. Give it what you can.
So there is the message, the confirmation. But we only have one more left after this. Right, the Audi is there. There's a little bit of a slower lap for me, that one as well, but especially, they are just really quick. Now, I don't know where they're going to... If I don't make any massive mistakes, this could be one of their last opportunities to overtake. So, I'm going to make sure they don't get by, although, look at that, they just get a better exit even than me. They're going to try. Look at that, straight. Oh, they just hit me. But unfortunately, that'll probably be 4 incident points. Yeah, there's the little collision graphic. So that will be, unfortunately, I think 4 incident points. But I don't mind, as long as we can keep this position at least. They were quicker than me, there's no doubt about that. And they did really force their way through as well. Making contact. Well, they run a bit wide there. Did I hit them or see the collision thing comes up? No, I didn't hit them. Good. No collision thing. There's a little message that always pops up about safety rating when you hit someone on the ACC. And that's how you know if you hit them or not. Usually. Yeah, this Audi was, I think, just too quick for me. Those two are battling behind, so I should be safe. You can see, really I have nothing to compete with this Audi, although I will try. Crush them into mistake, maybe. Get a good exit? Nah. In the end, going a bit wide. Wasn't to be. Anyway, that was a good race. P6 as well, so start with P9 up to P6. Not bad. Probably had a few incident points, possibly 4 as well for that little bit of contact at the end. We'll just pull off here in the escape road. And you just don't pay attention to the finishing position from now, because when people leave the server, they get bumped up. So, that was a pretty decent race. Right, the results are in. Started P9, finished in P7. 8 incident points, leading to a nice gain. We're now on 3.16. Safety rating is above 4, and I'm out of rookies, as it is in this. So, yeah, low fuel motorsports, anything above 4 on the safety rating is out of rookies. Gained 8 safety rating up to 1557. It doesn't show the updated stats just yet. Best lap time of 156.4, so we weren't really... I mean, yeah, we couldn't really compete with these guys. Really, I should have been another 2 positions back. But pretty decent in the end. And in terms of points, we only scored 63, so that is less than what I scored yesterday. So that means it doesn't count towards the league table. However, I'm not really going for any kind of championship anyway, because I've only done 3 weeks worth on low fuel motorsports this season, because I've only just got my license with them. But I highly recommend you do check them out. ACC is a brilliant game, and low fuel motorsports are really good. If you want to have nice, competitive, regular racing in ACC, then I highly recommend check them out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.